for us, right? We don't want to touch that stuff because that can cause a fire, right? We don't want to do that.
Candles, like that. If your mom or your daddy have candles, leave those alone in your house.
Right. Because that stuff, especially candles already burning, right? That can catch the curtain or something on fire, the carpet on fire really easily. Bless you. Okay. Now, when we're in our house, is there anybody here that knows what a smoke alarm looks like? You know what a smoke alarm is? Usually a round thing that's clear up by the ceiling. And if something catches on fire, if we're cooking something in the kitchen and it gets too hot, then it starts to beep and make lots of noise, doesn't it? That's just to alert us that there could be a danger, right?
I have one of those in my house in the hallway.
Very good. That's where it should be. So if we're sleeping in our house and we hear that smoke alarm go off in the middle of the night, we want to get out of there, don't we? Because there's probably a problem, right?
Yes, there might be. That's never happened in my house before.
Right, but it could happen, right? It could happen at your house. It could happen at the school. So if we're in our house, what do we want to do? We want to stay low to the ground. We're going to want to crawl, okay? Because if we stand up, that's where the smoke and all the heat is. We can't breathe up there, okay? So we want to stay low to the ground like this on our hands and knees. We want to crawl out of our bedrooms, okay? And if your door is shut, you want to feel that door first and make sure that it's not hot. Because if it's hot, do we want to open it?
No.
No, because it could be something fire right on the other side of that door, right?
Yes.
So if this door is hot, don't open it. Then we're going to go back to another door or a window maybe that's in our room. If we got a window that goes outside and we want to open that window and holler for help out there, okay?
I could just jump out.
If you can't get out of your house or your room, you get stuck in there, what we do not want to hide, right? Because we want somebody to be able to find us. So we don't hide. Don't go in the closet. No hiding, okay? We're going to want to make lots of noise so the firemen can find us. And when the firemen come in, he's going to be making maybe some funny noises. He's going to sound a little bit different. He might look a little bit scary and have flashlights maybe. But he's coming in there to find you and help you, right? Because he wants to get you out of there. So what's something that we could say so the firemen would find us? We could yell, help! Or I'm over here, right?
Yes.
We holler that stuff when the fireman comes in.
Or run out the window.
Or if you can get out the window, you can get out the window on your own, yes, okay? Now if you have, who has pets here? Raise your hand if you have a pet. How about, if you don't have a pet, if you have a favorite toy? Or blanket, anything like that? Now, is that something that we want to try and find if there's a fire in our house? Or do we want to get out?
We want to get out.
We want to get out. Very good. Because a lot of times our pets, they're going to find a way out of the house before we even know it, okay? And the firemen can come in there afterwards when they get there and they can look for your favorite toy or blanket or pet, okay? Because we don't want to stay in there. We want to save ourselves, right? Get out of that house and go to our safe spot. All right? Because that's a blanket or a toy, that stuff can be replaced. And the pets, like I say, a lot of times they make it out before we even find our own way out of the house, okay? They're pretty smart, animals are. They know to stay away from the heat.
I got one
smoke.
I got
Yep.
a baby.
And he probably knows how to get out of the house, I bet.
I keep my windows closed.
Okay, very good. So then, when we do get outside, we need to have a safe place that we go to, okay? So this Thursday night, we're going to do, we want you to get with your parents or who you live with and talk to them about getting a safe evacuation out of the house and a safe place to go if there's a fire, okay? So you need a safe meeting place, whether it's by a flagpole or a mailbox or a light pole or maybe
Or
the neighbor's or a tree or the neighbor's house. And that's where you're all going to go when there's a fire or if there's danger in your house, so everybody can find everybody else, okay? So if you go there, then your parents know where you're at, right?
Or you can go in your garage if it isn't on fire.
Well, you want to go to your safe spot so they know where you're at.
Or
Then
your
they can
bathroom.
count. Like say you got 2 brothers, they can go 1, 2, 3. Everybody's here. But if you go somewhere else, then they don't know where you're at, right? They don't have the right count.
I got 2 brothers.
2 brothers, okay. You probably do count. You probably do that here at school, right? So we make sure everybody's here. You all have your seats.
I
That's
got
kind
a
of the
baby
same thing,
brother.
right?
I got a brother and a sister, but they live somewhere else.
Okay. Well, that happens sometimes.
Sometimes.
All right. Well, if we can get the firemen to come in. No. So we're gonna, here he comes. We're gonna pretend the house is on fire and we couldn't get out, so we're stuck, right? We're next to our windows in our bedroom.
Anybody in here?
And we got the fireman coming, he's hollering for us. What are we gonna do? We're gonna say, help, we're over here. Really loud. All right, 'cause we want him to find us, right? So we can get out of the house. And so this is what the fireman's gonna look like when he comes in your house, okay? And I know he sounds kind of funny and he looks kind of scary, maybe a little bit. But he's got all his protective clothing and gear on, and that's to protect him, and that's why he can come into the fire when we're trying to get out, right? Because you want to get out, because you don't have this stuff on. Okay, you can see he's got all of his skin covered up, boots on, thick pants, gloves that cover up his hands. He's got the mask on, so he's breathing fresh air out of that tank on his back. And a helmet on to protect his head in case anything's fallen from the burning, whatever's burning, okay? That's the fresh air that's coming out of there, and then that bell tells him when maybe his air's getting low, okay? So you might hear that bell ringing too when he's coming in there, if his tank's getting low on air. We want to make sure that we're loud for them firemen to hear us if we're stuck in the house, because they're going to be what gets us out of the house, right? Right. And we don't want to be afraid of the fireman, because he's just a normal guy underneath there, or gal, either one. And he'll take his stuff off here, and you can see he's just a normal person under there, nobody to be afraid of. Matter of fact, that's somebody's dad right here in this classroom, right? That's Kinnick's dad, that's right.
I've seen a fire truck before.
Great.
Me too.
And he's not scary at all, is he? That's nothing to be scared of, right?
I saw a pink fire truck.
There is a pink fire truck in town here, isn't there?
I've seen one too.
I've seen it too.
Okay, so speaking of fire trucks, if we're outside playing in our yard and the fire truck, you hear the lights and sirens coming, is that something we want to go out on the road and see if we can see it, or we want to stay off the road?
We want to stay off.
Stay off the road, right? We like to hear and see the lights and sirens, but we can just wave from up a safe spot right up on the curb, right? We don't want to get out there and get in the way